is what happens to knowledge at the end of time. قال وعن عبد الله بن عمرو بن العاص رضي الله عنهما قال سمعت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول إن الله لا يقبض العلم انتزاعا ينتزعه من الناس ولكن يقبض العلم بقبض العلماء حتى إذا لم يبق عالما اتخذ الناس رؤوسا جهالا فسئلوا فأفتوا بغير علم فضلوا وأضلوا متفق عليه. In this hadith, Abdullah bin Amr ibn al-As saying, I heard the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wasallam saying, verily Allah does not take away knowledge by snatching it from the people. Like it's not like the knowledgeable people suddenly they forget everything. No, that's not going to happen. Instead he says, قال ولكن يقبض العلم بقبض العلماء, but he takes it away by taking away the lives of the scholars. So, and that's something, subhanAllah, the quality of knowledge as we progress in our time, the time of humanity is declining generation after generation after generation. It's so ironic. The access to knowledge we have today, it's something the ulama of the past would dream of. Can you imagine? You have an access to thousands, if not even hundreds of thousands of books and resources under the tip of your finger. With one click. You have access to a database that ulama would travel for months and years to go and copy that book. We have that access to this knowledge, subhanAllah, today. But what is the quality of knowledge today comparing to their time? Nothing. Comparing to their time, we're not even close. Back in the days, these ulama, they probably owned 1 or 2 volumes. That's it. Because if they had to travel, they can't carry with them libraries. Instead, they have to memorize everything. So yes, they carry 1 or 2 volumes in their bags, but they're carrying thousands of ahadith and quotes and statements in their hearts and in their minds because they had to memorize it. But in our time, we got lazy a little bit. Why? Because why do you have to memorize it if you can have it, in your pocket? I mean, you can easily just Google it, you find the answer. Why bother? So you don't have to do much memorization and so on. And that's why the quality of it actually dies out. Therefore, there will be time when those unique scholars, they're few. Because everybody's depending on the printed resources and digital resources. And then what's going to happen? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when He takes these people away, they won't be replaced. قال ولكن يقبض العلم بقبض العلماء حتى إذا لم يبقي عالما. He said, till none of the scholars stays alive. ولكن قال اتخذ الناس رؤوسا جهالا. When this happens, then the people will take ignorant ones as their leaders. So it becomes about who is, mashallah, more eloquent of their speech, who is funnier on the minbar, or who is whatever actually connecting with the youth in one way or another. So it's not really a matter of the quality of knowledge. It becomes something completely irrelevant to the essence of knowledge. That's the thing that people will be looking for. قال اتخذ الناس رؤوسا جهالا فسئلوا. So these people will be asked. And they will issue, and they will deliver, of course, a verdict. فأفتوا بغير علم. They give fatwas without proper knowledge. فضلوا وأضلوا. The result being that they will go astray and will lead others astray. رواه البخاري ومسلم. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us from living that time, Ya Rabbil Alameen. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us among those who are knowledgeable and the knowledge counts. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us among those who listen to the speech and follow the best of it, Ya Rabbil Alameen. So from this hadith we learn the virtue of knowledge for each and every individual. Don't just depend on the ulama. Learn. You have to partake in that process of learning the knowledge and preserving the knowledge. There was a time in Baghdad, which was once the capital of the Muslim state, Al-Imam al-Dhahabi rahimahullah ta'ala, Al-Khatib al-Baghdadi, as a matter of fact, he quotes one of the ulama who traveled from a town called Qurra al-Dagh, somewhere in the east, and then he came to move to Baghdad to learn with the ulama. And when he was satisfied with that knowledge, then in his mind, I should go back again to my village. Go back and share my knowledge with my village. So on his way out, he collected everything. He kind of paid for that journey on that caravan. The last thing he wanted to do is just to go to the bakery, get some fresh bread for the journey. That's the last thing, because they might not be able to see that bread until Allah knows. So As he was standing in line, waiting for his turn to buy the bread, he overhears the bakers inside the bakery store in Baghdad. They were discussing among themselves, not sports or whatever next, the movie or the episode last night. No, they were discussing some serious fiqh matter that can only be addressed or understood by people who are really sophisticated in knowledge. The subject of al-istithna'u fil yamin, like making an exception when you make an oath. And for him, he was shocked. He goes, بلد خبازوها بهذا العلم, a town or a city, the bakers at that level of knowledge, and I want to go back to Qurra Dagh, wallahi, I'm not leaving. And he canceled his trip and he stayed in Baghdad until he died. But that shows us that, subhanAllah, depends of the value of that ilm in the hearts and the minds of people, the prosperity of the society progresses. So here in our time, knowledge is declining, the interest of it is not as great anymore. Unfortunately, our dependence on technology is so much. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us from falling into the trap of this sign of the Day of Judgment. Wallahu ta'ala. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.